Hi, welcome to Snakes and Adders. We are continuing the introducing series by discussing royal pythons. The reason that we're discussing royal pythons singularly rather than as a group with some of the other videos that will be coming in the series is because the family that they belong to, which is the genus Python, has vastly different species when it comes to size and husbandry, so we're going to take them in isolation. Royal pythons come from Ghana, Togo, the Côte d'Ivoire. They are subtropical pythons. We want a basking temperature of 33 degrees Celsius during the day, and that temperature drops to 27 degrees at night. We do not recommend royal pythons outright as beginner species. We will sell them to beginners, but as long as they've done their research. The reason being is the countries that they're from experience incredibly harsh summers where the temperature is north of 40 degrees Celsius and the ground is absolutely baked dry. To escape these extreme temperatures and make sure they don't die from heat exhaustion, they are going to take to termite mounds and go down burrows, and they may remain there for multiple months at a time. Part of this natural life cycle we haven't managed to breed out of them, regardless of how many generations we're captive breeding them for. They still fast, and it's a case of when it happens rather than if it will happen. The males are known more for it, but the females still do it as well. This fasting period could be 5 or 6 weeks, could be 4 or 5 months, and we've got no way of telling you which it's going to be. So it's important as a beginner looking at royal pythons as a first species that you do your research and you do your reading and read about people's experiences with their snakes fasting. It is nothing to worry about as long as we have put enough weight on the snake prior to it deciding to fast. When your snake is feeding as a youngster, feed it well. We want weight on it and fat reserves on it, so when that fasting period comes, the snake's not going to be at detriment because of it. When they do feed, they feed readily, they snap their food, they're active constrictors, they're fun to feed because they put on the show wrapping around the prey, which is always cool to see. And they'll take a variety of rats or mice. Some people find that because they're African, they struggle getting them to take mice and rats, and they prefer the taste of an African species called multi-mammoth mice. You may be able to source these at a local reptile specialist. We sell them, for example. They are more expensive than the rats and mice, as they're not as commonly available, but you'll find that the royals do take them with gusto. I would try to keep them on rats and mice as long as possible. Trying different tricks, feeding, again, go to your local specialist and ask for advice. As once they go on multis, they don't always want to come back to conventional mice and rats. They're only really going to need any raised humidity when it comes to shedding their skin. If we don't raise the humidity, the skin will stick to them. So when we see the eyes turn milky, we're going to raise the humidity level in the vivarium. It might steam up a bit. Or alternatively, rather than spraying the vivarium, we're going to put a moss box in that the snake can go and bathe in, and that will help to loosen the skin when it comes to shed as well. Royal pythons are naturally shy, and we need to make sure that they've got plenty of hide so that they can get away from plain sight. An animal that's always on display and can't hide away will get stressed, and that well could lead to fasting as well. So security is a big thing with royals. People confuse tameness and shyness as the same thing, and they're not. They really aren't. A shy snake will go off its food if handled too much. Corn snakes, for example, you could handle 5 days a week, feed it, wait 2 days, handle it the next 5 days, and it would never show any signs of stress. They're pretty much bomb-proof. If you try the same with a baby royal python, it will almost certainly go off its food because you're stressing it out from overhandling. Build up to it. As an adult, your royal python can come out fairly regularly, but as a youngster, I'd encourage you to do it little and often and build up slowly. It's more important the animal's healthy and feeding well before we start handling it all the time. Royal pythons can come in a range of colours, so there's albinos, piebalds, anathrestics, there's clowns, genetic stripes. I mean, the list goes on, and now many of them are available, are very affordable price-wise as well. Some of the lower level stuff like lessers and pastels and mahaves, so great stuff really. What I would say is that I would be less concerned about trying to buy a posh royal than just get a healthy royal. Make sure you know where it's come from, talk to the people who are either selling it so that you know that the animal's history, and make sure that you found a trustworthy place to buy them from. Not all breeders are full of scruples, and neither are all shops. So establish a relationship with a specialist that you feel you can trust in giving you truthful advice. I hope this video has been useful. Visit the website, see what we're all about. We'll keep the series coming. Thanks guys. Cheers.